What's going on, my beat builders? It's a great day to be alive. I decided to come out to one of my favorite spots where it's a nice little view behind me of this nice lake, ocean. I don't even know what it is, but let's just take it in. Take a moment to appreciate life. I know when you're making beats, you always used to seeing the production people that you watch just in a studio. And don't get me wrong, I love me a studio. I love being in the studio with some gear, but it does get boring being inside those four walls sometimes. So I just wanted to take it outside for you. You know, I always got a message coming when I'm doing the outside vlogs. And usually when we're making these YouTube videos as a content creator, it's always like a one-sided type of thing where we give you the information and then you go use it and maybe apply it to what you're doing. But I don't want you to just take that from this channel. So this video is going to be really focusing on you, because sometimes there's not people in our lives that think about us in a holistic way, a mental way, a different capacity, right? So you're probably watching this video or been watching my channel and subscribe to it because you like sync music, music production. That's fine. That's one thing that me and you probably have in common. But I also do not only care about you getting into sync libraries, but I actually care about your well-being as a human being. See, another one of my jobs is a group fitness instructor. And sometimes people come to my class that are complete strangers, just like making these YouTube videos. And my job as the instructor is to make a good class and make sure their body as a whole, physically and mentally, is stable for them to do tasks out in the real world. So I want to check up on you. Besides the sync stuff, besides the music stuff, how is your mental health? Right? We don't take time to reflect about that. That's why I'm out here. I'm recording this video, but most of the time I'm just going to be out here sitting and reflecting and looking at the water and thinking about life, where I want to go, not just my music, but just life in general of how I want it to be. I recently turned 40 this year, so celebrate that. That's a good milestone. So I'm just trying to reflect maybe where the next year is going to be, because it's, believe it or not, at the time of this recording, it's October. It honestly feels like August out here, but it's October already. Before you know it, January 2025 is going to be coming, and we're all going to say, where has the time went? And why the time seems to just go fast is because we don't reflect. That's why I want to know what's going on with your health, or what's going on with your mentality. So if you got something to write in the comments about where you're at mentally, where you're at physically, that's very important. It's not only important for you to get it out of your own head, but if you type it in the comments just so other people can know that it's really okay to express ourselves mentally. I know a lot of times as men, there's a stigma about trying to express yourself or being quote unquote strong mentally all the time. I'm like, that's some bullshit, man. If you're a human being, you go through the emotions of what human beings going through, whether that's sadness, happiness, joy, pain, suffering, everything. You're a human at the core. So you go through everything. And I think we do ourselves a disservice as men because we don't talk about these things because it's taboo. Again, quote unquote, you got to be a big, strong, burly man. I'm like, that's just my view, my opinion. It's all just bullshit hiding behind the mask. Now the sun is shining on me. Let me see if I can zoom out so I can make my analogy. I don't know if you can see right here over the corner. I think that's my shadow, right? So you're looking at me physically, and I can present to you anything I want to present to you of how I want to come across. If I want to come off happy on my channel, I can come out happy all the time. If I want to come off depressed, I can come out depressed all the time. But guess what? Guess what's not getting fooled? You might be getting fooled, but this shadow right here, it follows me everywhere I turn. Everywhere I turn, the shadow is following me. The shadow is your inner self. you know your insecurities. You know what you're not sufficient in. So trying to hide these things, I think they really hurt men because we don't get them out. Let's start with your mental health. Is everything good with your family wise, man? I know my family, they doing really good. I can't really complain. They got the typical ailments of someone getting older. My father is 70 years old. He be complaining about his knees and stuff, and I get it. He's just getting older, but he's living good in good health. So I want to know, how's your family doing? You taking care of them? You checking up on them? And if you got kids, how are your kids doing? I know school is back in session. You're probably like, oh, you get a break from them being at home even though you love your kids. How are your kids doing? Because you need to take care of all these other things as well, not only just thinking about sync licensing and music production, because there is more than work. There is more to life than just working. I like to get the mental clarity and get breaks from making music. It helps me just put life in perspective. And sometimes, like when I'm just sitting out here now, I start listening to my body and be like, oh man, that aches, those pains, or thinking I may need to drink more water. So how is your health doing? You may be sitting down, taking a break from making music. How is your health? Are you dehydrated? Are you keeping hydrated? If I had my water, I'll be drinking it in front of you. So I encourage you to drink your water while you're sitting down making your music. You're keeping up your physical body. I think oftentimes we don't keep our body. You don't have to have a six-pack. You don't have to be the most in shape person. You just need to keep your body active. And we take our bodies for granted. Why? Because we got our bodies for free. Think about it. You never asked to be in this world. You just popped up into this world. Any circumstance you popped into, you just happened to be dealt those cards. So since we got our body, our minds for free, we tend to don't take care of them that much. I bet you take care of your audio interface and laptop and your keyboards and your plugins way more than you take care of your body and your mind. Think about that. That's crazy to think about. Why? Because you pay for those things, so you see a value in that. We tend to lose value of things we get for free. And our bodies and minds are just one thing we just happen to got for free, so we lose the value and don't take care of it. So even if you're not going to a gym, it doesn't matter. If you're walking, getting out, doing something, staying active for health, because you need your body to produce, right? You need your hands to produce. You need your mind to produce. When you get older, certain people, they get dementia, and we still don't really know the cause of why we get dementia. But I'm thinking, at least if I stay proactive and take these steps now, maybe I will prevent it. I don't know. I'm guessing. We all just guessing in this world. But at least I'm taking those steps to take care of my body and take care of my mind while I have them, while I'm in relatively good cognitive condition at my age. Because when we get older, stuff starts to decline. We start getting slower. Memory starts going. Who knows? I might not be able to produce that great in 10 years. I might have an injury in my hand or something. Or my brain, I start losing short-term memory. Forget how to play the piano. We don't know. So how is your health doing? So let me know in the comments how you doing mentally and physically. I know this ain't a typical sync video, but just like any other creators on YouTube, talking about the same stuff does get boring. And this stuff, to me, is the meat and potatoes of what actually goes into whatever line of work you're doing. You need to take care of yourself first and have time for you to rejuvenate so you can create the best you can. Take it easy, my beat builders. Peace.